I'm going to do my first long spar, 10 rounds. Come on! Let's get it. Makhmudov's in trouble. Makhmudov's in trouble. The GK is back. Let's go.
Tyson, he always brings magic, he brings excitement. He is a born entertainer, and this sport needs people who entertain. And there's no one better than Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. He looks fresh, he looks trim, he looks in great shape. Makhmudov is a formidable opponent, but as you said, having a formidable opponent will bring the best out of him. So I'm excited to see him do a good job.
That big stiff, I'm going to get him out of there. He's useless, that big stiff dummy. I can't even get the accent properly with Tyson Fury. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Tyson's going to school that guy, man. That guy's getting schooled.
Yeah. It's just Fury.
That's just a walk. It's just what's the word? Parliamentary procedure will be upheld. He's just going to box his ears off and defeat him. He's a big, strong lad. But we saw Caballero smashed him up. Is that the same one, right? Yeah, forget the job. You ain't kidding us, man. Forget the job.
The Gypsy King's high-stakes comeback marks the return of a true legend. Tyson Fury, the heavyweight division's natural showman, is stepping back into the ring in top condition. Early updates from his camp indicate he appears sharp, lean, and fully prepared to rediscover the form that made him so dominant.
Okay.
Arslanbek Makhmudov.
Against Fury?
Yeah.
Oh, easy win for Fury.
Yeah, but in terms of a name that people accept.
Oh, yeah, I take
people that know.
To be
someone
honest
who's the same size as Fury. So, you know what people are like that don't really watch boxing. All they see is two giants and think, oh my God. And the way Arslanbek looks, I mean, he looks like the scariest human being on planet Earth.
In front of him stands Arslanbek Makhmudov, a fighter some describe as one of the most intimidating figures in the sport. While Fury enters as the clear favorite, analysts caution that Makhmudov is an enormous presence with serious knockout power. He is far from an easy opponent, as his aggressive approach and overwhelming size present a real danger that Fury cannot afford to underestimate.
Yeah, I think it's a good fight, especially the return for Tyson Fury. I think the boxing public definitely missed him. And, you know, like he said, he loves the sport so much. He came back, and you never really know with Tyson Fury, but there's one thing I did know when he retired, that he would be back.
Despite the excitement, several concerns loom over this fight. Fury has been out of the ring for 16 months, leading to questions about ring rust recent performances. His split decision win against Francis Ngannou and his battles with Alexander Usyk have some wondering if his best days are behind him. 322. Age and wear. At 37 years old and after nearly 40 fights, the big question is, what does he have left in the locker?
Tyson back in the ring, fighting Makhmudov. You've had a clear vision of him. Is this a good fight for Tyson? Good test?
Yeah, I'm not sure really. I boxed Makhmudov. I've never won the British title, and I really thought on another night I would have beat him. So I would describe him as dangerous. I wouldn't describe him as a world-class heavyweight. Yeah. He's dangerous. He's perfect for Tyson. Tyson Fury from 2 or 3 years ago. From 2 or 3 years ago, Makhmudov is the perfect fall guy for a comeback, but it's just age and inactivity. But he shouldn't have any problems. If he has problems with Makhmudov,
then he's got a problem full stop, hasn't
he? Yeah, he's gone.
The general view among boxing experts is that Fury's higher ring IQ and versatile skill set give him the advantage. While Makhmudov brings serious power, he is often criticized for lacking foot speed. For Fury, the key will be staying fully focused and avoiding the kind of lapse in concentration that almost cost him in the Ngannou fight.
Well, I've got to say it, I feel absolutely sorry for anybody who has to fight me this year. You're all in trouble. And poor old soul sniffer Makhmudov, he's up next. He's the first lamb to the slaughter. I feel sorry for him. He's getting it. Makhmudov, you're in trouble. Big trouble. And if you're looking for trouble, you come to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, look right in my face. You're in some trouble, big boy. I won't be able to miss you, and you will not be able to hit me. Even if you had a handful of rice, you won't be able to hit me. Someone's going down. Timber!
Tyson Fury at his pomp, at his peak, would definitely be favourite to really deal with Makhmudov, I think. But of course, we're 16 months out with the defeats to Usyk, the average performance against Ngannou, maybe even going back to Derek Chisora here, which he said was 4 years ago. So you're thinking, yeah, what is left in the Tyson Fury locker? We know about his skills. as Floyd always says, skills pay the bills, but legs and how much he's got at 37 after nearly 40 fights, we wait and see. Makhmudov had that win over Dave Allen. Different level, of course. See, I think you expect Tyson to come through this. I think it's the right fight on paper for him to come back to, but it's not without jeopardy. Huge knockout puncher, Makhmudov. So that's why we're all going to be here on the night or tuning in, because it's a compelling story and no one quite knows what's going to happen when Tyson Fury gets in the ring. So yeah, he should have plenty to be able to deal with Makhmudov, but not a certainty. And if those legs aren't there and the ring rust is there, then we could be in for an interesting evening.
Beyond the physical matchup, the focus also turns to Fury's legacy as a powerful story of redemption. After reaching a point where depression and addiction nearly took everything from him, he fought his way back to the top and became champion once again. This bout represents another chapter in a career that stands as proof that no matter how low someone falls, it's always possible to rise again and keep going.
I think it's a wise pick, to be honest. I think, obviously, given the fact that Makhmudov has beaten a name in the UK in Dave Allen in his last fight and looked good enough in doing so. I think it's a wise pick because we know he can be beaten, we know he can be hurt. You know, he's not invincible, but he's going to keep Tyson Fury switched on, lively. You know, it's a threat, which is what Tyson Fury needs. He doesn't need to be in with someone who thinks that. Look at what happened in the Ngannou fight. Despite Ngannou being an unbelievable MMA fighter, Tyson Fury got complacent and nearly lost the fight. Can't afford that this time round. So we need something in front of him that'll kind of like get him switched on. And Makhmudov can do that because his Makhmudov's defence is his attack. He's a good offensive fighter. Which will also create openings for Tyson Fury. I think it's a good pick for his first fight back.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tyson Fury is beloved, and he's a huge name, and he's coming back. And, you know, especially across the pond, they love it. It's an interesting fight to come back with. It's not a slam dunk. It's not a layup. Fury is getting older. He's taking a lot of punches in his last year, 2 years. You know, his fights were Wilder, his fights were Usyk, you know, and he's taken on a big giant of a man who has been knocked out, but also a giant of a man who can punch, who's tough, who's game. You can hit him, but he's a game guy. He's big as hell. He's a mountain of a man. He can, like I said, he can bang. Yeah, he's a bit slow on his feet, and he's a bit in front of you. Tyson Fury is definitely the guy who can box. He's definitely the guy who's got more dimensions, more choices, right? It's good to have more choices, right, bud? It's always good to have more options or more choices. He can box, he can fight with you like he did Wilder, but he can also box with you on the outside. So, at the end of the day, you got to favor Fury. But again, that question that always looms over guys that are later in their career. What's he got left? Really, it always looms. It always looms like a shadow across above the ring. What does he have left? When does he get old? And that will be one of the questions going into this. But people will be there to watch the Gypsy King, the man. The man over there across the pond. The guy who has a great story. It's not about just his boxing stuff. It's about what he overcame in life. Here's a man that was going to give up he was on the brink of being ready to give up the greatest gift in life. The gift of life. The greatest gift there is that God gave us. The gift of life, to take in breath, to live. And he was so down, and people get there, he was so down with the drugs and the drinking and just the depression that he was ready to give that up. And he made a choice not to. And instead he became champion again and made a great story and a great life, a life of redemption, a life where it can teach people never give up. No matter how down you are, you can get up. You can get up. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, this is all done with you know, Tyson's done his series on Netflix, and I think you know, this fight is put on with the Ring magazine, Netflix. Obviously, everybody's had involvement, but in the background, really, you know, I've been asked today about Frank Warren. Is he Tyson's? Of course, he's Tyson's promoter. What do you think? He's not Tyson's promoter. Don't be silly. Frank's, you know, Frank knows everything that's going on. You know, we never got put on the poster. That's Gold Star as well. So none of us got put on. You know, it was very clean and clinical, and that's the way it went. But Frank Warren is definitely Tyson Fury's promoter.
While Fury appears to have the skill set to handle Makhmudov, nothing is guaranteed once the bell rings. If his movement isn't sharp or the long layoff affects his timing, the boxing world could be in for a very unpredictable night.